Well, oh, he's still got a smile on his face. Well, that one played away on the onside. They're coming back for the second. That was a big miss. It's misses like that can really change things quite dramatically.
Yes, in games like this, which really have gone to the wire, these misses really tell at the end, and Sri Lanka will have to put all the pressure in trying picking up the wickets. Just see Muralidharan, he in fact did get under it, but the balance wasn't there, and that made the ball spill out of his hands.
That's better, well fielded. Russell Arnold makes some good stops in that area. That was just short of him, and he stopped it well. This is that shot again. This is well fielded.
Russell Arnold compensating for the minuses he did have earlier on his table, his fielding table. Good fielder.
In the air, got him, out caught. Really, that is a soft dismissal. We've seen one or two of those. Campbell got a shortish delivery, and he tried to paddle it away. It was a sort of paddle come hook shot, and he's hit it absolutely dead straight to square leg. So, well, it's brought a smile to his face, that's for sure. But Campbell, he won't want to see this replay.
Campbell shaking his head in disappointment. Ball very short, waiting to be hit, but straight to Pulchandala, probably the best fielder on the Sri Lankan side. And the West Indians lose their second wicket for 21. Campbell caught by Chandanov Soiza.
One of the problems that Brian Lara has when he's not in form is he's got a very, very high backlift. Just see his record there, it's sensational, but he really hasn't been in great touch during this tournament, 0 to 8. He's got a very high backlift. And to control the bat is okay when you're in form, but when you're not in form, it's just a little bit more difficult. There's plenty of opportunities if it moves off the crease or to slip the Yorker in there when a man's not playing with confidence. Oh, and he's just flipped that away. That's a magnificent shot. Beautiful use of the wrists.
Made that look very easy, Brian Lara. Wasn't a particularly bad delivery either.
Fielder up, so he's chipped it over the top, very safe. Oh, that's a delightful shot and a very tough one to play.
If you look at the length on the line, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just outside off stump. But it's just a matter of the class of the man that you're bowling against. Just missed out on that last one, Brian Lara. That was short enough for the pull.
Looks like he's made up his mind. He's going to play a few shots. And that's edged, but safe. Just taken away the second step too, and that so often happens. Good bowling from Zoiza. Well, I think there's a little bit of an altercation here. The batsman says that the bowler is in his way when he's attempting to run. He thought there might have been two there, Wavell Hans. He's a little upset that the bowler, Zoiza, just retained his line. And we'll just have a look here.
Well, the bowler has all right to stand where he's standing as far as I'm concerned. It's up to the batsman to get to the other end.
Down he goes and over the top. Beautifully played. Just a great shot.
I think that shows us why they are being a little bit more defensive.
with this particular bowler, Russell Arnold. He's not spinning the ball anywhere near as much as Muralitharan, and they are perhaps not too confident of getting wickets with his bowling, apart from frustrating the batsmen with defensive field placing.
Oh, it's wide. Very, very wide. There was probably a little opportunity there of a run out. Let's have a look at it again, see if it would have been close. Murali, the fieldsman.
Sri Lankans just being a little off target today. They're again not on target. Carlo Vidana had to move a long way from the stumps. So it was an easy run in the end for the West Indians.
It's great to watch those reactions, and there's a miss up down the other end. Oh, he's got him! I think he's got him! I think that's Lara out! That's Lara out! That's a big wicket! Beautifully fielded! Wonderful fielding. Lara wanted one. Hines said no. Lara had to stop and go back, and I think he's probably out by a few inches.
Just as we're saying that they've not been on target, look at this fielding. Beautifully picked up by Muralitharan, throwing at Brian Lara's end. He was just backing up a little too much. And a direct hit, and he's gone. That is a big wicket indeed.
Yes, well, there it is, the red light. I think Brian Lara realised that Muralitharan has affected the most wonderful run out. That could be the difference in this match, and well, the Sri Lankan fans loving every second of that one. So Lara out, it's 62 for 3.
At last, that is well struck, and he didn't try and hit it too hard. He's such a powerful man. It was just a flick of the wrists, and it's a maximum, which is 6 runs.
Hines getting the idea right, using the long handle that time. A good shot, well timed, and it really cleared the ropes.
Oh, that's a beautiful hit. Don't worry about that one. He'd made up his mind. He was having all sorts of difficulty, Wavell Hines. If it was up there, it was going to go. And he did the right thing by hitting it straight. And it's 6 runs.
This is what Wavell Hines should be doing. Coming down to Upul Chandan or to the spinners. He's a powerful man and could hit it very, very powerfully.
There's the batting to come. Gale, well, he's a bit of an unknown force. Powell, Ricardo Powell, well, everything could be set up for him. If there's somebody to bat the other end, he could be devastating. And that's 50 for Wavell Hines. It's taken him quite a long time, but he's held it together. And maybe he'll play the foil for Ricardo Powell when he comes in.
Yes, a very workmanlike innings by Wavell Hines.
They'll need to bowl well. Aravinda and Murali have done very well with the ball. And there it goes, the sweep shot, and he's played it well in front of square. It's beaten Zoysa. So Chanderpaul at last breaking the shackles just a little bit.
That would have pleased the West Indians. They needed the boundaries, and Chanderpaul on that occasion playing the sweep very effectively. Placing his foot in the right place and hitting the ball on the half volley, beating Zoysa down there at square leg.
And there he goes. And just the bounce now. So Wavell Hines picks up his first 4. He's got a couple of 6s, but he's made the decision. He's got to accelerate the scoring.
Hines looking to be inventive. He's got to do that. And coming down, hitting it over the infield, over mid-wicket. A good shot, in fact. Come on. Picking up 4 runs.
And that's out. It's got to be out. He's chipped it straight back. He always looked like he might do that, Wavell Hines, and now he's done all the hard work. When the acceleration was needed, he's got out. And that shows a lot of inexperience. So the 4th wicket down for the West Indies, 126 for 4.
It's a reward for Arvinder De Silva's persistence. He's been bowling very good line and length, and that time drawing Hines forward, a good cotton bowl, and the West Indians lose their 4th wicket. See Hines looking to hit it over the top, Arvind, but not getting up to it, and De Silva completing a good catch.
think it was a direct hit, which might have helped Ricardo Powell. You see, whenever the ball hits the stumps directly, it's more times than not out. I think on this occasion, the wicketkeeper had to take the bails off himself.
Well, this will be pretty close. Sharjah Paul playing the ball down nicely. And that looks like curtains for Ricardo Paul. Very good take by the keeper. Getting it on a first bounce, not easy it goes. But he took the bails in a flash. Quick swift return. Look at that excellent take. And yes, he's shot at the crease. Upul Chandna doing a brilliant work. And Ricardo Paul falling short and given out. So Ricardo Paul goes for naught. And West Indies 127 for 5.
Big shout and he's gone. Heads through to wicketkeeper Kalawitana. And Sharjah Paul departs.
This was an excellellent catch by Kalawitana. Russell Arnold changing the pace, bowling it just a little quicker. Kalawitana stood down and eyes on the ball and gloved it beautifully. Sharjah Paul departs after a laborious innings of 31, 134 for 6.
Well, another wicket down. Russell Arnold strikes again.
Strikes with a beauty. This time getting a lot of spin. Flighting the ball nicely. Very little work play. Trying to work the ball away. Unfortunate way to get out. But Sri Lankans would love it the way it comes. So an early exit once again for a West Indian batsman. Carrying on for naught at 134 for 7 West Indies.
And that's out. I don't think he got his bat down in time. He did the big circle, so he's out stumped. That is very well done by the little wicketkeeper Kalu. I think that he was probably even outside his ground. I don't think he ever got back. Let's have a look.
It was always on the cards. Kirtley was going to go after him. He realised the situation. He swung round with the bat, but not in time. Is he just beaten? Oh, that's a good call from umpire Shepherd. I might have called for the replay if I'd been out there. Nonetheless, Kirtley's on his way, stumped with one that's gone past the outside edge. 142 for 8.
Presenting the Coca-Cola Trophy live from Sharjah on Setmat.
Everything that's in the air going down towards deep and wicket. It's Jayawardena. Yes, he's got him. Well done. Well done. Well, just for a second there, I thought that there was going to be a collision. You've got to be a little careful of getting too close to the outfielder. Jayawardena actually took his eye off the ball, had a look at his mate, and then eventually caught a good catch.
Yes, that could have been a very nasty incident. If you're keeping your eyes on the ball, which both of them were at one stage, it's gone very high, not very long, and they aren't all that far apart. You can see them both looking up at the ball, but Silva just at the end realising that Jayawardena was the man. 145 for 9. Down, lots of work. Will they get 150?
Rian King out there now, the last batsman, and this is the last over. Will they use it all up? That's the question. not if Mathai Muralidharan has anything to do with it.
This one heaving across the line. It's always dangerous. You've got to hit with the spin when you're hitting against Murali. Look at those eyes going up. Got to be out. And that's in the air and out too. So Aravinda, who's bowled so well, the final coup for him, he takes the catch. Mervyn Dillon is back in the pavilion, and the West Indies are all out for 145. As always, Murali 3 for 22 and 9.3.
Yes, well, another wicket to Murali, and it was a pretty ordinary performance really by the West Indians with the bat. Have another look here. This one, an overspin delivery. He goes for the cut shot. If anything, it went the other way. Top edge goes flying away in the air, and Aravinda's there. No trouble at all. Lollipop catch for him, and that's the end of the innings.
Great pictures here from Sharjah. And even nicer if you happen to be from Sri Lanka. Look at that, Sherwin Campbell. He struggled all the way through. 31 deliveries for his 6, and then he chipped one to square leg. Jacobs wasn't there all that long. Wavell Hines was an awful long time for his 58. Lara threatened, and he looked like he could take the game away from Sri Lanka. Chanderpaul, well, he did his best, but really didn't get enough boundaries, and then it was just carnage at the end there. Murali and Aravinda de Silva put the brakes on, and not only did they put the brakes on, they actually got wickets as well. And a very sad sight if you happen to support the West Indies. 49.3 overs they bowled out for 145, and they'll be very, very disappointed. Well, the bowlers, they've done well. The first two, Zoysa and Vaas, bowled 14 between them straight off, and look at that, for 29 runs and 2 wickets. That's what set the game up for Sri Lanka. They really had it in the bag there. They'd kept the pressure on. They'd got 2 quick wickets, and then the spinners came through and did a very good job. Russell Arnold got another 2. Murali, as always, he got 3 for 22. And Aravinda, look at that, 10 overs, 3 maidens, and he chipped in with a wicket and just 28 runs.
A superb performance by Sri Lanka, who need just 146 at 2.92 per over. Jayasuriya is opening with Kalu. It's the first over. Dillon is the bowler.
And there he goes. Don't bowl there because you'll pay, and you'll pay dearly. Great shot.
A superb shot there by Jayasuriya. That certainly would have given him the confidence which has really been away from him for a while. He needs to play his shots and hit the ball hard. That really has been his forte.
Look at this with the bottom hand, just accelerating the bat through. Most batsmen have the front elbow very high. Jayasuriya doesn't bother with that. He uses the bottom hand to accelerate the bat through. Beautiful shot. Didn't try and hit it too hard. Just used the pace that Kirtley was bowling at. Presented the full face of the bat. Good result. 4 overs gone, 16 for no wicket. Oh, don't do that. That's going to go just short. Far too much room to swing the arms there for Jayasuriya. He kills those. 4 runs.
That's where Jayasuriya revels. Space, short, and room to free his arms. And it just hits it with such great power. The ball just one bounce into the roof.
That's a better looking shot. Beautifully timed. Classic drive. This will be a race. Fielder just wins. But only just 3.
The timing once again perfect. Kaluwitana just striding into it, good balance, and followed through. Ball just spinning towards the boundary, but just be picked up inside.
Beautiful shot. That's how to use the pace of the fast bowler. Get nicely behind it, just a little bit of width. And he didn't try and hit it too hard. You won't see a better shot tonight for me.
Oh, really? Didn't he play that well? Nicely behind it, on top of it, and timing just superb. He didn't really strike it hard, but just the ball sped to the boundary.
Backed his eye, didn't quite get in line, just enough room. But the timing, well, it couldn't be better. And more runs. The radar adjusting from Kirtley, just a little bit full. Not time to perfection, but I don't think he necessarily tried to do that. He's playing the safe shot, just presenting the full face.
This is Kalu at his best. He hasn't been trying to put all his force behind shots. Just been relying on his timing. Good delivery though, and just hit it past the bowler.
And that won't do it any harm either.
Expertly done by Jayasuriya. This is a strong point. I think he fished just a little short. He created quite beautifully through that point area. Right on top of that one. The extension of arms. And beautiful placement.
That's gone. That's gone a long way.
You can't afford to bowl to Jayasuriya on the middle and leg. This is a wonderful stroke. Melvin Dillon was bowling a good line. The previous delivery was a better one, but not this one. It gave him the luxury to free his arms. Easy gimme there. A 6. Lovely timing, got the elevation as well. Just a flick of the wrist, and away it goes.
Gone again. Won't go out as far on this occasion. 2 bounces and over the ropes.
Trying to tuck the batsman in with an in-swinger, trying to bowl him on his ribs so that he's not able to free his arms. But the length isn't right, just a little short. That allows Jayasuriya to pick him up again very easily through mid-wicket. There's no cushion on the boundary. He has got to be very careful. So you see just a little short again, and flick of wrist, and this time the result being a boundary.
Presenting the
There and a long way over the ropes.
Well, this stroke will give Sanat Jayasuriya a lot of confidence. It's not easy to hook or pull in one-day cricket. You have to be absolutely sure with your feet movement, quick reflexes. And Sanat Jayasuriya wasn't really middling the ball before this innings, but look at this stroke. Nicely in position, back and across, and helping himself to another 6.
That's the half century. And a bit more. 53 runs for Sanat Jayasuriya.
This is tremendous batting from the Sri Lankan maestro. Sanat Jayasuriya striking form with some beautiful hitting. Sri Lankans are delighted. He is a crowd puller. Today is shown why. Lovely sweep shot to get to his 50s. 53 of just 48 deliveries. Strike rate of 110.41.
Only a single on that occasion. That 4 not only brought up Jayasuriya's 50 in this innings, but it also took him past 4,000 runs in one-day internationals. 5,000 runs rather. too short on that occasion. That was powerfully hit.
Really beautifully picks up the length early, Kalu Vidarna. The reason why he hits it in front of mid-wicket is that because he picks it up from wide outside the off stump. It's almost a straightish bet when he's hitting the ball. Look at that stroke. Great reflexes, beautifully in position, hitting it down and in the gap.
This now is the type of innings we are accustomed to seeing here in Sharjah. Runs galore. Nothing wrong with this pitch at the moment. .83 without loss, Sri Lanka.
Oh, that was close. That must have been very close to leg stump. I think it flicked, might have been the thigh, bottom part of his leg, bent down. Might have just been missing leg stump. Let's have a look.
Yes, I think it didn't miss leg stump. Running down, a little bit of spin as well. Kalu has played this sedate role extremely well.
Oh, that one's over the head of the fieldsman at backward point. I think he might have slipped. For a second, I thought it was going straight to him. That was the cut shot played in the air by Kalu Vidarna, a little bit uppish.
This is why his batting has been so very good. Whenever the opportunity has come around, he's absolutely been brilliant, exploding at it, and been hitting the ball perfectly with the middle of the bat. These two batsmen have complemented each other extremely well today, as they've been doing in the past. End of the over, Sri Lanka 88 for no loss.
So 15 overs now have been bowled, and that means that the field is going to be spread, make it just a little bit more difficult to score the runs so readily. But they've only got to get 145, and at this rate, we'll all be back at our hotels early this evening. Mind you, Sri Lanka have promised us that before tonight. Against Pakistan, we all thought we were going to be early, and we weren't.
It is vital that this keep their heads, and there you are. You could see how Sri Lanka is drawing away that white worm of theirs.
Oh, good shot. He's got that one into the gap as well. Jayasuriya has got it back. And that's good news for Sri Lankan cricket. He's had a very bad time with the bat, but it looks to me that there's just this little bit of confidence that he's got from this innings is it's making such a difference. He started to time the ball well.
Confidence is all what Jayasuriya needed, and I can tell you that he's getting all of it here today. His timing has been absolutely brilliant, and he's been hitting that ball as hard as he could. That's really his strength, and he's exploiting it to the fullest.
Oh, well bowled. That was cricket delivery as well, and that beat Jayasuriya, and the bowler's unlucky there. So Rian King getting that one actually through the defences of Sanat Jayasuriya, a little inside edge, and way down to fine leg for 4.
King has been very impressive. He's bowled very straight, and despite this onslaught, has maintained a very good line, and really fortune favouring the brave here. Sanat Jayasuriya picking up 4 runs of that inside edge down to fine leg.
Yes, good delivery. Just nipped back off the seam a little bit, and that is very well bowled. Jayasuriya on 70. Cutting away into the gap again. He's got a few there. He's looking for 2 here. Touches down. He's coming back. In comes a throw. It's not going to be strong enough. That's good running by the Sri Lankans. Putting pressure on Kirtley Ambrose. And back for the second. Little nod from the captain. Yes, they love him, don't they? Sanat Jayasuriya, and what a player he is. When he gets going, there are not many better.
This is absolutely excellent cricket by the Sri Lankans. Despite the repertoire shots that Sanat Jayasuriya has been displaying, his
well, this is his highest score this year. Jayasuriya back for the second. Will they come back for the third? Don't think so. Yes, they really are dishing out a hiding here to the West Indies. 21 matches, 21 innings, and an average of 32. just 30 years of age. And that's his 1999 one-day internationals, so 21 in 1999. His highest score, 74 not out, which is tonight. Only 38 to get. Oh, he's got an inside edge on that one as well. Well, he's played beautifully, but in this over, he's been lucky.
Nothing seems to be going wrong for Jayasuriya in this innings, and you could see looks of apprehension on the faces of the West Indians.
Yes, that wasn't far away from the off-stump bail, very close to it. And the frustrated wicketkeeper there, Ricky Jacobs, watch this. Little Nick tries to go for it down the leg side, just can't get there quickly enough.
When it starts to go badly, really difficult to prevent it from continuing. Good work there by Mervyn Dillon down on the third man boundary. Suppose the umpires will be having a quick chat to the third umpire just to make sure that was properly saved.
Now, was it? Well, I think that might be four. It was actually his knee and left leg was in contact with the rope when the hand hit the ball. Well, that's a tough call. You make up your mind. I think that boot's just in contact with the boundary. I think that might be signalled for.
He has decided that it was fair. Umpire Doug Cowie. No signal for four coming.
I don't think it matters that much looking at the scoreboard.
Finally, West Indies get their first wicket.
A little bit of a stunned silence from the Sri Lankan crowd. They didn't realise that that one's just gone straight on with the arm. Jayasuriya looking to cut it away, really didn't get in line. But that's the way he plays. Magnificent knock. Perhaps just a bit full for that shot. And it's skidded on a bit. Look how full this is. And he's still looking to hit it behind point. Paid the penalty. 128 for one.
Presenting
This hasn't been a great night for Brian Lara. He looked pretty dangerous with the bat, as if he was just going to kick on. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be for him.
There are some smiles, there ought to be more. Just 3 to win, and only 1 wicket down.
That's well bowled, right up in the block goal. They're looking for one. Little stutter there from Kalu with Orano, always 1 run. So 2 to get now. Well, this has been an outstanding performance by the Sri Lankans. 2 off 137. Whew. West Indies have been given a good thumping here tonight. Right, can he finish it off? Oh, he goes for the full shot. I think there's a bit of bat in that. He wants a run too. Kalu. 137 balls.
Well, did he get some bat on that? Because if he didn't, it was pretty straight. Tell, and that's why the umpire's given him the benefit of the doubt. It might have just flicked the bat on the way through.
Well bowled too. Just a little bit of curve in that one, a bit of dip, and the ball was right up in the block hole. As having come this far, you may as well just knock it off in a very orthodox fashion. There's no point in doing anything silly. Unless straight to to the fieldsman. Everyone up saving one bob square leg. Single. Will he come back to the second? I doubt it. Just one. One to get to win the match, and one ball to go in the over. Kalu is beginning to look as if he's got a bit of a problem. Hopefully it's just cramp. It's just possible that got hit on the toe. That one he was trying to sweep. Here we go. Straight over the top of the bowler's head, and that's the single they needed. So Sri Lanka have cleaned up the West Indies tonight in fine style. And for me, the most significant aspect of it is that they've gone back to the formula that they know works. Fieldsman up for the first 15 overs. They've struck the ball over the top quite a lot, been very positive, and of course it helps when the top two in the order play well.
When Sri Lanka went into bat, Jayasuriya very positive. They had a little bit of luck going for them. A couple were chipped in the outfield and fell between fielders. A few played and missed, but Kalu always does that. He hung in well. Jayasuriya, he really took to Mervyn Dillon in one over, and that turned everything around for him. 88 and 80 deliveries. Very hard to contain the man when he's in that sort of form.